The following is a fan-made chapter reading of the Pale Web serial novel by J.C. McCrae. The original text can be found at palewebserial.wordpress.com. If you'd like to donate to the author, please go to patreon.com/wildbow. Thank you for listening. 2.7 Spoilers. Location Diary. Spirit World. The locals can't really communicate with us. Most things seem very vague, blurry, transparent. Clouds, trees, fungus are hard to distinguish from one another. We saw growths I thought were pale trees blow away, and clouds attached to buildings by branch-like strands. Miss says everyone's connections, thoughts, ideas about places and things in Kennet help to make them solid in the spirit world. Then they anchor based on real-life locations. This makes the spirit world very like ours. Less attached locations end up adrift, blurrier, or messier. Locations important to a lot of people's selves and beliefs can be bigger and more elaborate. Churches, temples, shrines. Small spirits are everywhere. The more you look for them, the more they seem to appear. Very simple, all doing their own thing. Bigger, people-sized spirits appear like I'm looking through Grumble's reading glasses, and they are a bit see-through. Only vague human shapes, no real feet or legs. They each have a thing they do. I saw only one spirit that might have been a complex spirit, and I don't think it was as complex as Edith is or was. Patchwork, like a collage. On our awakening day, Edith said they happened when ghosts mingled with spirits or when multiple spirits with people things as their thing got knotted up together. Fragile? Apparently the ruins are constantly trying to pull them back apart into their original bits. Omens look like shadows on a sunny day, but kinda three-dimensional, blurry like other spirits. Is their thing stuff that hasn't happened yet? Or just badness? Plants are from our world except for the cloudy manna plants. Lots of dandelions, though. Why? Because they get more focused attention than grass or trees? Miss called the puffy growths manna, cloudy, wispy, cotton candy type stuff. Food for the spirits. Random writing everywhere. Maybe it's the common sentiment that doesn't have enough physicalness to become something real. The ruins. I can't really draw rain, so imagine everything here is really wet and hard to see through the downpour. The ruins apparently capture all the harm and the wear and tear of everyday life. Over the years, everything is at its worst, and even though it should be depressing, I found it kind of really scary beautiful. Very wet though, beautiful, but wet. The ruins apparently hold on to hurt, so the things that will stay standing are the things that get damaged, but that people care about. It's kind of like the dandelions in the ruins, where they might be common and bigger and more fancy because they annoy anyone who cares about their lawn and grab our attention, but it's peeling paint and rust and puddles and cracks in sidewalks. Lots of damaged sidewalks, buildings. Crosswalks are rope bridges, and that might be based on how we have to wait and consider our next steps whenever we want to cross the street. Verona thinks the roads are gone because whenever we're in a car, we're in the car more than we're on the road, and the road gets only fleeting attention. Most of the stress of these places is for the spirits and echoes. The ruins are the end that comes after the end for them, like trying to stay above a rising water level. Establishing or getting solid ground, Hallows, is a relief. The ruins seem to be about emotion and the cost of that emotion. The others are kind of like that. They make you feel stuff, but they don't really show much. They don't tend to have faces, or their faces are hidden. They tend to be very dark and ominous, like presences, weirdly solid for a place that's all about things that aren't solid. Their role is to find and tear down the complex spirits and echoes as a kind of recycling and cleanup. I guess if they got their hands on a human, they'd take stuff away. They're slow and pretty content to let their food come to them, but with the rising water analogy, and their ties to things like death and dream, and other fundamental forces of the universe and crap, we think they might be really Terminator-like. Not like slasher killers, that's apparently bogeymen, but slow, steady, dangerous, and they come at you forever. The one we ran into was all about eyes. If echoes are all about specific events, and incarnations are all about one major thing, then they might be specialized? With echoes, there isn't much to say. They flicker and relive emotional events. Certain types of people leave more echoes. What we see is the tip of the iceberg, and the ruins are the waters where the rest of that iceberg sits. There they look all melted together, blended together, and they're apparently stronger. The ruins are also where the iceberg melts to. Echoes disintegrate, and there's a lot of melting and disintegrating echoes in the ruins. Necromancers will come here to get stuff, and some others, Alpi, will visit. There's also incarnations, which represents concepts, but we didn't see anything except the hungry choir. This has been a fan-made chapter reading of the web serial Pale by J.C. McCrae, read by me, Robin. If you'd like to donate to the author, please go to patreon.com/wildbow. Thank you for listening.